Okay, here we are at Schaumburg, Illinois at the Health and Freedom Expo, and I'm honored to be with a terrific actress, author, Marilu Henner. Marilu, nice to see you today.
Thank you.
Well, let's start off. You're from Chicago area, is that correct?
I'm from Logan Square, the Logan Square area. I went to St. John Berkman's grade school, Madonna High School, University of Chicago, so I am Chicago through and through. And now I've lived in Los Angeles for a while, but I always come back to my roots.
Were you discovered in the Chicago area? Or?
Well, actually, my family owned a dancing school in Logan Square, and I used to do a lot of local Chicago theater. And one day a friend of mine called me, said, I've written this show, it may never get off the ground. We're going to perform it in a converted trolley barn. It's called Grease. So I was in the original company of Grease, and when I was in the middle of my third year at the University of Chicago, he called and asked me to be in the national company, so I left school to do that. So I was a college student in the morning and a professional actress in the afternoon.
Well, today you're going to be speaking about you have a certain talent or a memory. Let's hear all about it. I don't know what you call
it. A gift. It's a gift. It's totally a gift. Yes, it's a gift, and it's called Highly Superior Autobiographical Memory. I have a book out right now called Total Memory Makeover. Uncover your past, take charge of your future, and it's all about being able to remember your own life, because it's not just about my memory at all. It's more about the exercises that I've taught people over the years to help develop their autobiographical memories, because we have this incredible resource in our past that a lot of people don't use. So my whole idea is to take the resource of your past, bring it to your present, and let it inform your future in a positive way.
Absolutely. Now, was it the memory, now only like 6 people have it? Or?
Well, there are 12 of us, 12 documented cases. They're finding a few more, but the paper is written, the paper that will be out in the fall is about 12 of us. So they consider it 12 documented cases as they are figuring out the other people and do they really have it.
So you can remember basically every day of your life, at least.
Yes, and details. And some things come in right away, and some things take a little bit longer, and then they self-correct. Like the other day, I gave somebody the wrong day of the week, and then by the time I left their studio, I went, oh, no, it was the other day. So it self-corrects. But it's not a trivia expert, it's not photographic memory, it's really about my own life. But what I'm talking about today at this wonderful Health Freedom Expo, which is all about the healing power that we have, and we don't, it's alternative to the cutting and the burning and the poisoning that most people have to go through with certain treatments that they have when they're diagnosed as having cancer or heart attacks or whatever. This is all about the healing power within the human body, and I have a first-hand example with it with my husband, who had 2 cancers, did not end up going through chemo and radiation, and he's been in remission for 9 years. So I'm talking a little bit about that, but I'm talking a lot about memory and the power within, the fact that we have so much about us that can be used to heal.
Well,
not just heal, just live a much better life. Prevention is the cure.
Yeah, that's the key thing. What were the other books that you wrote about?
Oh, well, this is my 9th book that's out now. The other books were Total Health Makeover, the 30-Day Total Health Makeover, Healthy Life Kitchen, Healthy Kids, because let's face it, our future is in our children, and that title was even available to me 10 years ago is crazy, because now we are seeing everything that I was talking about in the book, we're seeing, come to fruition, which is really a shame. Our children, it's so unfair that we have these little, 40 to 80-pound bodies, and we pump them with chemicals and dyes and steroids and sugars and, all this other stuff. And then when they can't sit still, we say that they have ADD and ADHD, and then we want to give them medication to get over that. So I talk a lot about a lot of things. I've been teaching classes for a long time, but today I'm talking about mainly memory and the power within us to heal.
Since you're always so busy, is there going to be time for a taxi reunion at all?
Well, we have the damn good parties, I'll tell you that. So we have good party reunions. Hopefully, I'm shooting a movie right now. In fact, I have to be on the set tomorrow morning for a little feature I'm doing. And I've got another film that's coming out in September, October called Vamps, and a Hallmark movie over Christmas. So I'm still acting and talking about health as much as possible.
Do you think there'll ever be another Andy Kaufman?
No.
You are a phony baloney! Right. Well, you are a terrific actress in the memory, and where did it start that you were going to write the books?
Oh, well, I decided to change my life after my parents both died. My father died at 52 of a heart attack when I was 17, I ended up eating my feelings. I ballooned up to 174 pounds, and I was not very happy. And then when my mother took ill with rheumatoid arthritis, and she passed away at 58, I said, last time I ate my feelings, this time I'm going to eat up information instead. So I became a real student of health, and I just changed my whole life. So I was counseling people, and friends would call me and say, oh, I have this or that, what should I do? So I started making tapes, and I was actually doing the Broadway show Chicago and making tapes at night going, the evils of dairy products, as I was putting on my eyelashes. And these tapes became my first book, Total Health Makeover. So that's what happened.
And your classes are on the online, or do they are in Los Angeles?
I do classes online at marilu.com, but I also do seminars all over the country. So I teach, and I speak all over the country about different cancer issues or women's cardiovascular health, all kinds of stuff.
And then with your memory, I do have to ask you one question.
So.
Okay, thanks. Well, one of the memories you got to remember was it just one big party on Cannonball Run 2.
Oh my gosh, that was so crazy because we shot that through the month of July in 1983, okay? It was 116 degrees. We had to start at 1 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock was our hair and makeup call, so we got up at 1. 2 o'clock was the hair and makeup call so that we could be there as soon as the sun rose because we had to stop at 1 because it was so hot. Dom DeLuise was in a nun's habit at 116 degrees, so you can imagine, hot and hot. They were just hot. They weren't crabby, they were just hot. Yeah, it was right. But the one movie that people talk to me about all the time is Johnny Dangerously.
Oh, I love it.
Johnny Dangerously was a party. I always say that when your rap party is 24 hours long and your director is wearing a dog collar at the party, it was a good shoot.
Crime doesn't pay. Just a little. So any upcoming things we could talk about? So your book?
Yeah, I know the movie. I'm doing the movie Vamps with Amy Heckerling, who directed Johnny Dangerously. It's Alicia Silverstone, Kristen Ritter, who's on Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23. Sigourney Weaver's in it. Justin Kirk, I said. Richard Lewis, Malcolm McDowell. It's great people. Kristen Johnson. Yeah. So.
And your website?
Marilu.com, Marilu.com.
Well, Marilu, we thank you so much for coming on down. It's an excellent event, and thank you so much for talking to us today.